Yeah, I like to make beats.
Coming here with like
Vibe style.
Cynthia over all the same color. I'm 5'0", well-rounded. Do you?
Okay,
I think make room, but so positive and easygoing are the do you? 10 years, we don't care about any size to have somebody that
vibe.
you can know there's more space. Cynthia I am, but I'm a dreamer on my bike. You just wanna dance.
Push me because
I think make room, but so positive and easygoing are the color.
is it hard?
So positive and easygoing are the dance. Make more money. So positive and easygoing are therefore do you? So positive and easygoing are the dance. Make more money. So positive and easygoing are therefore do you? Guys, do you? Coming here we're like
Vibe style.
Cynthia over all the same color. I'm 5'0", well-rounded. Do you?
Okay,
I think make room, but I'm a dreamer. Do you? 10 years, we don't care about any place. Somebody that
vibe.
you can know there's more things. Cynthia I am, but I'm a dreamer on my bike. You just wanna dance.
Push me because
I think make room, but I'm a dreamer.
is it hard?
Nice. So positive and easygoing are the dance. Make more money. So positive and easygoing are therefore do you? So positive and easygoing are the dance. Make more money. So positive and easygoing are therefore do you? Do you?
And hello, everyone. Today has been an eventful day. I didn't think this would happen, but it did, and we are here now. And of course, I think anyone who's even showing up at all can come by and say hello. So, anyway, Minty, are you around? Okay. Well, I just wanted to see if you'd show your camera now because I'm going to show you. So.
Nah, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There is the person. Now he's going through a different part because I couldn't. I could somehow the camera thing is still a bug on Rumble Studios, but I'm still able to show myself. Beforehand, I wasn't. So back at Rumble Studios, it's working out. Oh, it's been an eventful day, but thank you for being here, Minty.
We're here, dude. What's up? You like my streamer outfit, dude? This is my streaming persona. You know, the classic red hat and sunglasses combo.
Oh yeah,
Is that as I'm known to wear?
it looks like an orange hat though, so that's not. I wouldn't say
Damn
red.
Damn it! Ah,
I can see red right next to your head on the screen. It's not look the same color.
very good. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Now, I was talking to one of my friends about doing this, and I was like, "Well, like, he's like, well, what is this guy like? You know, what does he do?" I was like, "Well, he just kind of like chats with other people, other streamers and stuff." Like, and he's like, "All right, well, like, what's his vibe? You know, what is his thing?" I was like, "I don't know. He's got a hat and sunglasses." He's like, "All right, well, you have to come in with the hat then. That's the only way to do it."
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, thanks for having me here. You know, been watching your streams for a minute. It's always cool to just hear from all the different streamers out there, kind of what they're getting into, and you know, happy to be here.
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting journey because when starting out, I didn't know I'd even be able to, and now, uh, and now I have almost half of May filled up, so that's something right there.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You told me like, well, hopefully we can reschedule. Look, I'm booked. You're giving me Hollywood for a minute, bro. You're like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm booked up for the month. But hey, that's a good thing though.
yeah, no,
Um,
the thing is right. Well, I do have an issue of trying to get ahead of the curve, right, to give me a buffer to sort of, so I do kind of push it because there are some people I want on, but I kind of have to wait for their answer. And there was someone who got in a conflict, and I was like, please do let it work. It
yeah.
worked out, but I am always worried that won't be able to get somebody on because everyone has all the things going on at the time.
Oh
It's
yeah.
understandable, but there are a lot of people I still want to try to get on, either new or old. So it's one of those things, like the more people I have on, the less it seems like I'm able to have old people on. The more
You're right. Yeah.
you have to mix it up a bit because I'm only going to be able to do like one person per day unless I like quit my job and was able to like two a day, but I'm not
Yeah.
making enough money for that, so it's not gonna
Nah, it's like that for me with editing clips and stuff too. Just because, like, I try to go for like 3 streams a week, which is a lot in the
yeah,
kind of streams that I do. So like, I've limited myself down to like one pretty good one a week,
yeah.
and then I give myself the rest of the time to like, get more content together for what's going to be the next week. Otherwise, it's like, man, I've got this terabyte hard drive just full of VODs, just like, ooh, as soon as I have the time, I'm gonna have so many good TikToks. And yeah,
Oh, so
but and
you upload to TikTok too?
yeah, I am. I know. Look, I'm on Rumble, so look, I hear about it. Look,
Yeah.
it's not cool in the space that we're in to be on TikTok, but I like TikTok though.
Yeah, no, it works for people who use it. I've just been using the shorts on YouTube because it's part of the
Shorts
original.
is good.
I don't need to do anything extra outside. It's within the realm of YouTube. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have the money to pay an editor, but I use something else. I use Opus to do what I'm
Mhm.
doing. And it's worked out pretty well. I'm not like getting millions of views per short stream or whatever.
Yeah.
But the point of
They're pretty good though. Like you can tell when they're the AI generated things, but like they're solid. Like I use those tools sometimes too, and like I'm always impressed with what comes out.
yeah,
It's not like make it look fake or anything like that. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, they use the AI clipping thing for that.
yeah,
It's not like the AI art sometimes where you can be like, ooh, like it has that weird look to it. I don't know if you've seen the
the hands.
recent thing. Well, not just the hands. I don't know if you've seen the thing that's going on Facebook with like the AI algorithms are like messed up for these pages that will make AI art where it's like it's like based on of likes and comments and stuff, but now all the likes and comments are bots.
Yeah,
So the bots are starting to like inform more AI art for these pages that's just going like way out of control, where it was like, well, people like animals and they like beaches and they like Jesus. So like let's have Jesus coming out of a bus with like a wave coming at him, like carrying a lion and shit. Like it just like none of it makes any sense now. Like it just keeps feeding into itself like more chaotically. Like it's pretty interesting.
oh goodness, yeah.
Um,
I use Midjourney sometimes, but it's more of just like because Midjourney is like the thing, and there are free programs out there, of course, whatever. But
yeah.
Midjourney is the first point from a long time ago. It wasn't as great as it is now because it's gotten better. But I mean, I don't have Facebook anymore. I got rid of that ages ago. My parents don't have that.
Facebook's rugged now, bro.
Yeah.
If you go on Facebook now, whew, it's rough.
It's MySpace is basically what Facebook is turning into. It's MySpace.
Nah, don't put smut on MySpace like that, bro. MySpace was legit. The Facebook is, I don't even know what they're up to. It's like Twitter, but just all ads now, pretty much.
So what you're saying is
Yeah.
Nothing but ads. Nothing but ads.
Nothing but ads.
Yeah, no, I've just kept it simple. I just do the Rumble, I do the YouTube, and then of course using Twitter X. But I have my issues with Twitter X, so it's sort of just like a cross between a few because it's a point where you can get too much. It's like feeding too much
Yeah.
India, and you're just like gotta take a break. So I've just kept it to the small few, and it seems to be working out well.
Yeah.
Like I don't I'm trying to like little by little improve things. Like I don't know if you've seen the thumbnail, but I kind of use I use Canva to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, shout out to Canva. Here, look, I'm about to put you on game with Canva, bro. Here's what you do.
mhm,
You go on Canva.
yeah,
You just type in YouTube template,
I do.
and then you just drag. Okay, and then you just drag your pictures into that, and that's all you have to do.
Yeah,
Like
YouTube
every
thumbnail.
single one of my thumbnails is just some YouTube thumbnail template, and then I just put the pictures where I want them to go,
Yeah.
and then that's it. And I just that fits the theme. That's good enough for me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's I do it's the YouTube thumbnails one I use, and then I just kind of
Mhm.
just take I should have just asked you for like a JPEG of your like whatever, but I just
My avatar.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just took the thing off. I just did like a Windows cutout of it, and I just kind of stuck it in there. And Canva is really good at making the colors, like matching the colors within your
Oh yeah, your
picture.
brand template. That thing is cool.
Yeah, so I use that. But I mean, I'm just very, because there's stuff you have to pay for and all this other stuff. But for me, it's just like I'm very basic. And I only started using that a couple weeks ago. But it was like, because one person told me like people like seeing the faces. And so I did that for thumbnails. And then before then, I was just using like Mid Journey, you know, stuff where I was just putting stuff in or
Yeah.
whatever. So I've been trying different things here and there, and of course the short stuff I've tried a while back. But I upload to both places, right? I don't do it to
Mhm.
just one. I do to both, and of course because of YouTube's recommendation stuff, it's gonna get more views. It's just the way it is. But I'm still getting views on Rumble. So the people who keep bemoaning Rumble, like, can we get shorts? I'm like, all you need is the recommendation engine they're working on right now.
Yeah.
Once it gets better, then that's all you need. You don't need a shorts. You just need a recommendation engine, and that's what Rumble's missing.
Yeah. Well, and also like and I've heard this. It's funny that you say this because I was just reading and kind of talking in the chat about. Well, Rumble's not going to be a competitor to YouTube ever because of X and Y, and
Yeah.
that okay, maybe not, but like the thing is, like I see it more as a competitor to Twitch than anything because it's a similar environment, right? Like there's no algorithm really. It's a thing for hosting live streams, and it's a good place for people to get monetized live streams going with ads and all
Yeah.
that. There's ways to sub and tip and all that stuff that you need for live streaming. I see it more as a live streaming platform than anything. I
Right.
don't see a lot of like, and I'm sure there is, but like I don't see a lot of like edited video essay, what you'd consider to be content that would go on YouTube.
Yeah.
On Rumble, like it's mostly live streams from what I've seen.
For now, but that's the thing, right? Is because I've posted videos and they're on there. You can look through my stuff all the way to the back.
Yeah.
And shorts as well is just a cut from the live streams, but that's still a pre-recorded VOD. So
Yeah.
in essence, there are people, and I just saw on Twitter X someone complain like, why aren't pre-recorded videos getting the notice? And again, while I understand why there may be an aim towards a live stream, my thing is that if Rumble can make a balance between both worlds, between live stream and pre-recorded, because again, YouTube is the king of video platforming right now.
Obviously.
One of its backing, right? Google backing.
Yeah.
That's the total line. But also because it's had years and years and years to perfect.
Yeah, shit. When did Me at the Zoo come out? What, 2005? Something like that? The first YouTube video?
Well, YouTube came out in 2005. That was created by two guys, is what I know. And then I think a year or two after that, Google bought it. And so from that point on to 2013, it had 7 to 8 years to improve itself, right? So you have that amount of time. Then you have Rumble, who starts in 2013. Now, obviously, it didn't start doing this stuff from a few years ago. So that's about another 7 or 8 years right there. So YouTube has about 16 to 17 years ahead on Rumble. And you can
Yeah.
see the progress within a few years for Rumble. They're like getting up, their raids and all this stuff. They're getting up there. But my thing is like, I understand more of the live stream stuff and all that, but my thing is, right, if they can find a balance between the video, pre-recorded video, and live streams, and the shorts will be included with the pre-recorded video, they will, and improve on it, they will find themselves in a better position than YouTube, because again, YouTube is the king right now because of its backing,
Right.
how long it's been on. It has that bit factor. So while I can understand people who's like, it's just straight live stream only, that's it. I'm saying Rumble's working on its engine, recommendation engine. Once it gets to the point of plateau, it'll be better, and then people will be like, there will be a some form of balance in between where videos and live streams, shorts being included in the video stuff, will find some segue of both, because I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, there are still people, if you want to bring them from YouTube, you're still going to need a placement for, hey, Hans, you're still going to need a placement for uh, pre recorded videos. So,
Yeah.
again, it's all about trying to find that balance. You're not gonna please everyone, but if you can at least get a chunk, you're better off. So that's just my opinion. Whatever is whatever, but from my point of view, I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it. So
And it's an interesting thing because I will say with Rumble, like they give a lot of the responsibility and everything onto the creators. Like the fact that you can go on live immediately, pretty much immediately. You need 5 followers,
yeah,
and then you immediately have monetized live streams. It's like, okay, dude, like there's no gatekeeper here. Like you do it, like just do it.
yeah. Well, even pre-recorded videos. Once you put a pre-recorded video up,
It's monetized.
yeah, you can make it monetized. So it's yeah, you're right. There's no KPM factor. It's just the views, right? You have to bring the views to the video, and of course you can't get anything per se without the live stream part, because live streams are where the monthly sub thing is, which hopefully it change, and then you have the rants and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So right now for streams, they could use a form of members only sort of streams, but
Yeah, I was thinking that too because I have some less than TOS friendly things that I'd like to do for streams. That I'm like, man, maybe I should do a Patreon. Or I was thinking about Rumble, but I was like, oh yeah, they don't really have like a pay-per-view or anything like that I'm aware of. But that might be down the road, like members only.
It's their locals. Locals is that. But Rumble owns locals. It's just that there's that integration factor that would be best if you could, because you have you have subscribers only feature on there, but not on Rumble. And right now, Rumble needs something for which there is going to likely be something later down the road in this year. But the thing of it is, they need something for memberships. They need something more than emotes, because right now memberships are kind of pointless, right? Other than all that money goes directly to the creator, and I hope they continue that. Don't know if they will, but right now all the money goes to creators, so that's a benefit to them. But having members only streams or something members only would be great.
Yeah. And from leaving Twitch, that is something that I liked about Twitch, was like they at least tried to give you some kind of perks or something for people that subbed. Like you can get the cool emotes, or you get the cool thing next to your name and things like that. But I don't know. It's just different ways to do things. I will say though that what you said with locals, I probably can't go too much into what my job is, but I will say it's in tech, and that most of my job is talking about integrations and things all day. And when you have those pieces to put together, eventually they do kind of come together and get to where you want them to go.
It just takes time.
So yeah, but it's getting those partnerships together as a business. That's what they need.
Right. But they own locals, so it shouldn't be too hard for them to get there.
Yeah.
It's just in how, right? Like right now they still have issues with Rumble and some other things. Rumble Studios is their StreamYards to some degree, and that should help change the game. It's just when it's down, it's kind of not fun. But I invested in Rumble for its possible future, right? And it's still being made, and they've made progress leaps and bounds, but they still got people complaining. It's not better. The
Yeah,
apps. So it's a it's always going to be a work in progress, but it's a work in progress to catch up,
yeah.
basically.
No, and I'm here for it. I try to be that guy with the alternative tech on a lot of stuff. Try to know what's going on with crypto and know what's going on with all the alternative techs. Just because it is pretty crazy out there. Like the fact that we have all this tech and all of these subscriptions and apps that we use all the time. We got smartphones and we have no idea what data is being given out all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime that somebody comes to me with anything that's a little better or it just works a little more in the consumer side, like I try to lean towards that. Like we're talking on Brave Talk right now. Like I use Brave browser. Somebody put me on a Brave browser finally, and I'm like, wow, this is so much better than Chrome.
Yeah.
Oh, and they don't bog down your computer, and they don't sell your cookies so you don't get the same ads on every website. Great, I'm going to use that now.
Yeah.
So I try to be that person with a lot of things. So I'm glad to have found Rumble for that. Like, it's like, oh, they don't like you're allowed to play Postal 2 on this platform, and they monetize you, and they give you a little bit back. Like, perfect.
Yeah.
It's just better for me all around.
Yeah, and I do try to support more on Rumble because again, there's that cut that's better. Now, obviously, there's going to be more of a cut. Oh, so hey, watch it there, you Russian bot. I know you can't see it, but if you're watching the Rumble chat, you'll see.
Putin Bot Gaming is here. Oh,
Yeah,
here we go.
Yeah, he's I had him on too, so he's been one of the good guys. But yeah, it's funny. He calls himself Putin, but he's from the South, so.
Difficult.
Yeah, those Russian bots from the South acting all Southern like with their accents and stuff. Those miscreants.
Look, I live in the South, and I'll tell you, it's nothing but Ukraine flags here. So you better watch out, Putin Bot Gaming.
Jeez, oh my gosh! But yeah, it's I'm your favorite bot. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. You're sort of at least you're not the one that tries to take me out back like the KGB would. But yeah, it's just there are frustrating parts. I know there are a lot of people who it's pronounced poutine. Yeah, that's a Canadian thing. All right, that's a Canadian thing.
I think the bot needs more tokens.
And a 1 and a 2 and it's stuck. Oh. but yeah, there are frustrations with Rumble. I get it. I know the biggest one I don't know if it's still going on or not, but the biggest one was creator payout. So that was something that I'll continue to bring up if it happens to anyone else. I don't believe that creator payout should be something that is messed with nor should be held back unless there's reason given, right? Just as a creator, don't have to give it to anyone else. But the thing of it is, right, is that creator payout is a non-negotiable thing. You wouldn't accept it anywhere else. So why should it be any different here? So and I'm in no rush to get my payment. Obviously, I have a full-time job. It's just there are other people who rely on it a bit too much, and I'm just like, look, just a reasonable amount of time is all I'm asking. Get it out to them, and of course, having other options like other than PayPal and check would be better. But hey, Urban.
Yeah, and that's all. That's more stuff that'll come with time, I think. What's up, Urban Zombie? Welcome, dude.
Yeah. It's and you're not wrong, but it's like because I went into getting my CompTIA A+. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
So through that process, I got to understand like there's a process for testing a product before it goes out, and if something goes wrong, they gotta go back, they gotta recode it, they gotta they gotta do all this stuff. What up, UB Legend? What's going on? But they got to do all this stuff where it takes a while, right? Like Rumble Studios was down for almost a week, but it's up now. I can use my video. It's it's going. But yeah. So when I get people's frustrations of why things can't be now, I remind myself like I don't know how to code. I mean, I tried once. It didn't. I left after like day 2. But
Yeah.
But it's not.
Well, it's reflected everywhere. It's the consumer mentality, though, right? Because,
Mhm.
like, I mean, we're so used to things coming out just as soon as we want them, you know. Like, and you look at these like the gaming is a perfect example. You look at these games that come out.
Mhm.
You look at Cyberpunk or any of these new games that come out.
Yep.
Everybody's like, "Oh my god, this game is trash." It's like, yeah, dude, they definitely like pushed it out way before they were supposed to,
Mhm.
and like they probably had a whole team of people that were supposed to test the shit, make sure that it doesn't look like shit when you walk into this room,
Yep.
or oh no, now this game is crashing because I did this thing. Like, yeah, that's all stuff that they probably should have worked on, but like people are so impatient that like they had to meet deadlines and stuff like to get a product out.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the consumer mentality of people. Like, you know, you want that thing right now. And you know, as somebody that works with tech that like ends up going to a lot of people,
Mhm.
like you cannot rush that shit, because
Nope.
when you do that, all that happens is you're gonna get 100 emails that say this thing doesn't work. Oh my god, what's wrong with you? You know, and it's like, you know, you needed it right then. So you know, it's
Yeah.
expectations, right?
Yeah.
They're not always there.
Yeah. It's the difference between yeah, no, Rick and crew are pumping out features, which is great, but that I know some people are still complaining on apps. I've seen a few people complain on UI, but then it's like they just say Rumble UI bad, but they never give us specific about what of the Rumble UI, right? Like it's just like Rumble UI bad. What about Rumble UI is
And
bad?
it seems like any other video site for me. Like, I don't know.
I oh hey, what's going on, Kiev? Kiev, I
Oh,
think so.
Kiev. Well, shout out Freddie, dude. That is one of my regulars from my stream. Welcome, dude.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I have to ask, like, what does a plush tuber mean? Because I saw that I was like,
Oh, dude. So I'm so glad you asked. So that first of all, I do want to make a correction to your previous statements. That I am not a plush tuber. Okay.
it says
So
plush tuber
I
in your
don't.
thing.
I'm number one plush tuber news source.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I report on them.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Among other things, but PlushTuber is a category of YouTube that you can watch. Most popular being probably Super Mario Logan. It's got millions of subs at Super Mario Logan. Basically, it's people playing with plushies and making videos of them playing with plushies. Sometimes grown adults making them, which are very funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes children, you know, which I give them a little more of a pass. But yeah, we watch some PlushTube on my channel, among other things. You know, my category of streaming, I guess you would just call it like react streaming or whatever. But really, I'm just digging through the internet, finding weird stuff, and we're talking about it,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, plush tubing is a strong category of my channel that is visited quite often. I've got some favorites. Super Mario Logan's up there; they're great.
Nice.
Mario and Sonic Pals. Mario and Sonic Pals is an underrated channel. They've got Black Yoshi, which he is stereotypically black. Like he plays Call of Duty and tries to borrow money from Mario for chicken. It's wild. It's wild. They're doing wild stuff on the PlushTube video. You gotta check them out. Yeah, shout out to Mario and Sonic Pals. There's a Sonic Thumper 77 or something like that. That's like an African guy that does plush tubing. Plush tubers all over the world, dude. It's a whole category of streaming or video creation rather that you don't even know nothing about it, dude. Look, I've got some people I can put you on to.
Hey, look, I'm putting it's down in the description, guys. His links are down in this. I just put your link tree because that was just easier than adding.
There you go. Yeah, I'm here on Rumble as well as everything else. Join my Discord server that helps me with posting. There's a whole channel for stream suggestions. So if you find a favorite plush tuber or anything of that nature, please post it in there. There's going to be some good stuff in there.
So what you're
as well as my stream slideshow. So if you got
Right.
good memes, I'll put them in the slideshow. And,
So what you're saying is, guys, go do my work for me.
hey, look at how many posts I do in that channel versus everybody else. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, just because you put in a lot. All right, but no, I've had on a few VTubers myself, mostly just from the Rumble side. But um, I'm not against talking to VTubers if they want to talk to me. It's just it's a wall among itself. It's hard to break into, right? Because they're their own community, and you kind of need to.
Yeah.
It's like for me, I'm not anyone I have on. It's not for clout. This is not for clout. This is for conversating with people across the board. Now, obviously, I have stipulations like no bad actors, not here for arguments or debates, not here for those troll people who just want to take down or whatever. I'm here for people who want to have a conversation. That's
Wait, you're not here for debate? Oh shit! All right, hold on. I gotta delete something.
wait. Your first name isn't Master first, is it right?
Oh no.
That's right. Grown men acting like children on stream. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Now I do see some chats here though. Look, see, UV Legend knows what's up with Super Mario Logan. Yeah.
There you go.
See? And then do reactions to Darman myself. So SML is positive. Yo, shout out Darman. I did a few Darman reaction vids, and what was it? Dramatize Me is the cheaper version of Darman. That's even better. Shout out Dramatize Me.
Nice. There you go. Look at that. But yeah, I was just a little confused because I've heard Fleshtuber, which is more like, the human.
That's just any streaming person, right? Okay.
Yeah. Fleshtuber, of course, VTuber, then the PNG tuber.
VTuber.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. But I'm oh look, you got to follow.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. From Putinbot Gaming. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, and it's it's one of those things like I'm willing to talk to just about anyone. It's just they'd have to cross that Rubicon to too much like we're not going to talk about that, Hans. We're really not going to talk about
Hans, I have some sponsors to shout out at the very end, so we'll get to that. Don't worry, we will get to that. Anyway, you were saying about VTubers.
Yeah, I would like to do more VTubers. I'm gonna have trying to get another. Oh, I'm gonna have one I've had on before come back on again. It's just
is that Pixel?
No, I've had Pixel on before. No, it's
Okay.
Zatris. Zatris.
Shout out Zatris. Yeah, I've done a few streams with her and her bros. They're great.
Yeah, so I'd like that, but I'd like to go beyond just the Rumble side of things. But again, it's sort of like, they'll look at you like cloud, or they'll look like if you don't have enough followers. That's the thing, right? It's like I don't have thousands of followers, whatever. So, I'm trying to build my credibility. Yeah, that's part of the ordeal. But for me, it's like it's not about the number aspect. It's more like, okay, so this is people come because they want to see the people, they want to have a conversation, whatever. The more of my credibility I can build, the better my chances of people like, hey, I'd like to come on your show instead of me going out there fishing, right? Like I have to go out there and fish, But
yeah,
but again,
I will say like that is probably what's helped me the most as far as like getting people to my streams is literally just making friends online. Like, hey, you mentioned Zatris, like shout out to her whole community. Like all the bros in her Discord are so sweet. Like they're so nice, so cool. They're literally come to my streams like anytime I advertise them. They're so nice. Like, and anybody on Twitter and stuff like that I've like met online, and like, it's just making friends. Like if you just make friends, like they will come to your streams. Like that's really the only kind of way this works. I mean, obviously you have to have good content. Look, I'm trying, guys. I've got some crazy videos for the next stream, so don't worry. But it's mostly just being likable and making friends, making connections with people.
Yeah, I think what I do is at least the perfect opportunity for that to be the case. Because I mean, I don't know about friends because again, this is the internet, right? So friends is sort of a
oh yeah, I say friends in the loosest possible sense.
Why are you slipping away?
Actually, I'm gonna have to.
And he's gone. All right, guys.
Yeah, we're not friends. It's fine. Wait, you're saying we're not friends?
No, I'm friendly with everyone who comes on. It's just stuff happens, and either they don't come back on, or oh yeah, that's right. Hans is going to be on. And it looks like you're in it. No, I'm sorry. It's orange. His hat is orange.
No, dude, it's different. Look, see, it's got my username on it. Okay.
Yeah. Now, see, I went to a place in a mall to get this done, and I was like, it was just one of those spontaneous things. I just thought about, like, well, I created the name. Why not put it on the hat? See, because it's like, because there was a long time ago, there was a gentleman who wore a name tag all the time, and he made some business out of it or whatever. I can't remember his name, but he eventually got it tattooed on his chest of the name tag, and I was just like, oh, okay. So I'm not going to do that. Or wear a name tag. So it's like, it's right here on the head. I can wear a hat, all that stuff. So that's where that day came from. And then it was just like, to avoid the T1000. I don't know what that means. What T1000s? Oh, he's probably talking about Terminator. But yeah, and then I was like, well, that's also a watermark too, right? Like my signature, and it's like they'd have to erase my whole head in order not to be seen. So it's like I'm like three birds.
So are you? And then of course, dude, the next business move to copy, to follow in the great footsteps of Mr. Medica, dude, you can start selling the hats.
My thing is, I'm leery about selling stuff because, one, I'm not trying to be seen as some grifter, essentially, or someone who's trying to. I mean, I'm making money. Sure.
Click my shop link below, please.
Yeah, it's a link. Yeah. But it's sort of like I'm trying to remain as humble about this as possible because, I'm not gonna argue that it would be nice to make some money off this, but then. Again, what am I doing this for, right? Like, if I'm doing this to make money, then I'm no better than all those other content creators that are in for the fame and money, right? I want to do this because there are people out there who, there's bigger content creators than me, larger numbers, all this stuff. And how many of them do you see just invite somebody who's low or not a creator at all, right? Like,
yeah.
Who? I know there might be a few out there, but like these bigger content creators on YouTube, right? They always bring someone either within their circle or they have to reach a certain type of number or whatever. Or with some YouTubers, you have to reach a certain number or whatever. I don't care what your numbers are. As long as you're being respectful, as long as you have a mic, have a conversation, we're good. We're good. It's that simple, right? And I'll keep doing that until I croak over or something. But the thing of it is, right, is I still have to do the hard work to get people on, and I'll still do that after. But I'm not going to dissuade people from wanting to do all those nice things. It's just conversation first. Donos, likes, comments, follows, whatever. Those are all secondary to the true nature of what this is. Because I built this thing out of not seeing it. So. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's all great, but dude, there's gonna come a day where you start selling the hat. Like your numbers are gonna get to that point where you're like, oh, I should probably start selling the hat.
Oh, no.
And then you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I probably should have started selling the hats a little earlier.
No, I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'll be lurking. Okay, well. We'll see. We'll keep talking without you, Putin. It's okay. If we mention the Putin, the person, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying Ukraine until he comes back.
Ukraine? What? No. But I get that. Don't get me wrong. I get that. It might be nice to do it as sort of like a thing. Like if somebody wants it, it's like, yeah, sure. Well, go to here, buy it. That's fine. I'm not against that. It's just I'm not in for that. That's not the main goal of this. It's sort of just decided to be sort of be like a jokey thing, right? I'd sell the hat. Has a store, has a perfect shirt for you, Dara. It says Chase Clout.
Yo, let's go. Yes, I literally have a shirt that says Chase Clout with like little likes and stuff on it. It's sick, dude.
If
I'm
you
gonna send you one for Christmas.
if you can make it funny, it can work. It's just
Yeah.
that's my point of view, because there is I've seen too many content creators, if they do it long enough, they fall into this pitfall of things, right? And they start becoming not what they were. Of course people change, sure. But then it becomes more than just a change. It becomes this whole drastic measure where, like, you don't even recognize who the person is anymore to enjoy something, right? Like I'm not the most outgoing person in the world, but this is fun. I mean, we can have fun
Yeah.
with this. It's a blast. And yeah, sure, I'd like to have like the big studio, whatever, but I keep it simple. I keep it like to a bare minimum, because all these content creators with all these like highlights and all these, it's just a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's what you do. Don't listen to me. I'm nobody in this field, but for me, it just feels like it's a lot for a little. There was a person, I think it was on Twitter X, who was wanting to be a VTuber, but they were doing all this stuff and getting not very much in return. I was like, why are you doing all this? And their thing was like, I want to be a successful VTuber. It's like, but with all you're putting out there, with all you're trying to do, it looks like you're just beating yourself over the head. You're overworking yourself. Like they stopped doing
Yeah.
shorts and all this. Yeah, it's just like, have fun with this. Just do it because it's something you enjoy. If you have an extra job, then great. If this is something you rely on, I'd still have a part-time job even if I made enough money. It's just,
Dude, it would be insane to like at any level besides like you're making a significant amount of money from like brand deals and like all this stuff, to just be like, nah, I'm good with just working a regular job. Like I mean, the reason I do it, and it's the reason a lot of people do streams, is it's kind of gay to just hang out with your homies and talk about your feelings. So you need to do something in the middle. Like it's kind of like when you're gaming too. It's like you can't just sit on a couch with your homies and talk about your feelings. Like you gotta have a game there, so you gotta do something. You know. So obviously I'm doing this for free. Like there's no, I mean, I do have a long list of sponsors that we'll get to at the very end, but that's.
and I'd like to thank this person for the Emmy.
Yeah, a lot of shout outs for you. So
An expensive mic, camera, and LED lights does not make us streamers. Yeah, it's expensive studios, and I've seen one too many. But then again, it's sort of like you have bare bones too with the like XLR or whatever it is. But for me, it's just
Yeah.
like I'm using a Logitech camera. I a while ago bought an LED ring. I used some of my tax money to get myself a new desk because my old desk had been around since I was a teen. So
Yeah. The whole setup really is not that crazy expensive. Like, I got a ring light from Amazon that's like $10. This mic is like $40. And yeah, I got a gaming PC, which that's a little expensive, but like, that's a big purchase, and you're kind of good. Like that's really all you need. And I have the Stream Deck. I mean, that's like another like $50, $60 or something like that.
I don't have a Stream Deck, but then again, majority of this, I mean, it would be nice to do like the sound things, but that's mostly just like a once in a while thing. It's not like all the time. I'm really basic. That's what I'm saying. I'm really basic.
I do a lot of sound drops on my stream, as you can imagine. We're trying to do the funny ha-has a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But no, like for something like this where we're just talking, like, it'd be very rare to use a sound drop, honestly. It would be funny sometimes, though. It's just like, what the hell? Oh my god, oh my god.
Just have a.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I can't hear it.
So, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I couldn't hear what you were pressing.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have. I wasn't playing any. It would be funny if they worked on here though, because I have some good ones. But yeah, dude. I do have some things for you. Just because, I did want to. The main reason I wanted to come on here is, I do kind of see you in a unique position of, talking to these people all the time. You're witnessing the streaming and the content meta. And you're hearing from a lot of different people out there a lot.
Yeah.
So I do that a little on my stream, but it's more under the terms of like fair use content reviews. So I'm like looking at a little crazier side of people making content, but you're actually talking to these people. So
yeah.
just to do some kind of interview questions for you. You know, give you some clippable moments
Oh,
based on your expertise. You know,
oh,
so
I don't know
what?
how much expert I can be. We'll try.
Well, let me start off with some easy ones, dude.
Sure.
What do you watch? Like, what kind of content do you watch?
1 second. Sorry, I have to get some water. What do I watch? Dear Lord,
Yeah.
I don't know anymore because it feels like once you start creating, you start having less and less time. And usually it's just listening because I listen to
Yeah.
at work. So in the morning, it's usually just like I do catch like the Steven Crowder stuff because I do like his Trump impression.
Come on. His Trump's not that good, dude. You got Shane Gillis is the goat of the Trump impression.
I don't know, his is pretty good. But then it's sort of just like I meander. Like there's not I could listen to something play, but it's play a game, but it's sort of like right?
Yeah,
But,
gaming content's beat. Like if you're listening to gaming content, it's rugged. Yeah.
yeah. I'm mostly on YouTube, and the reason for that is there's some things that aren't on Rumble cause like there's a like sometimes there's a gaming, like there are people on YouTube who do no commentary, they just play the game through. And
Oh,
so
sure.
I sometimes listen to that. What else do I listen to? I listen to music on that I don't have on my phone, right? I listen to music like and I've been looking into this too, right? There is a way for content creators to play mainstream music through their if you have YouTube or whatever through a place called Lickd, Lickd, or apostrophe D, and it's a legal way. You pay some money into it, but it's a legal way so that you don't get copyright for any music that comes your way, right? Because that's the big thing on YouTube, you get copyright. So there's something like that, but it's really not much of anything. It's sort of like, again, once you start creating content, you just want to keep creating and creating, watching other I mean, yeah, I guess I do watch other people's content, but it's becoming less and less because I love doing this. I'd rather do this than my full-time job, but
Yeah.
it's that thing where you're like, it's a give and take scenario. It's a 50-50, right? Because I can't do it when I work because I have to work to pay my bills. This
Right.
stuff isn't free, like everyone else in chat and you. But I just become less and less of watching other people's content. It's that weird thing, right? It's that weird thing.
No, I get it. Yeah, and honestly, like when I am watching something these days, it's usually very deliberate. Like
Yeah.
it's either farming content for my stream because again, I'm trying to find the weirdest stuff to bring to other people. So that's
Right.
like a job of its own. The
Yeah.
research side of that is such a job of its own.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like clicking on the most horrendous YouTube link that you've ever seen with like the craziest music and like some artwork that looks like it's the bottom of the barrel of DeviantArt.
Yeah.
To like finding out, oh, these two children are beefing with each other about something, so I gotta like get in between that and like find out what's going on. So it's a lot of that. Like my algorithm on YouTube is absolutely cooked. Like it recommends me the craziest stuff.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like it's hard for that. Like I have a few streamers that I like. I'll
Same.
get to some more shout outs, but I like Deadwing Dork, Mr. Medicare, of course, RIP. I don't know if he's dead or not. But I like Deadwing Dork. I like Medicare. Yeah, I watch Zatris and some of her friends sometimes. If it's like a funny gaming stream or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I watch a lot of shows with my wife. It's just whatever she's
Aw.
watching.
That's
We're
awesome.
watching Gilmore Girls most recently. It's a pretty good show.
That's old. That's an old show.
It's a good one.
I
Good one.
I remember when it was on too, because it was still the WB when that show was still going, right? Because then Charmed and Angel and
Oh yeah.
that was a long time ago. Sabrina the Teenage Witch was still a thing back
That's
in the
also
day.
a good show.
Yeah, I kind of miss shows like that because you don't really get much of that anymore, or something.
The
you won't.
sitcoms. Yeah.
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 Plus, Salem made that show, right? He
Oh, he was so good. Yeah, Funny Animal is always the best character on a sitcom.
Yeah.
I got some more interview questions for you, dude.
Yes, sir.
What's the most unexpected thing you've learned from talking to so many of these streaming people?
Is that there's always something that I think is that there are some similarities and some non-similarities that people have. Again, that was the point anyway. But that sometimes you get to learn things just by conversing with people. There was a person, the Tooth Entertainment, or I call him the Tooth Man. He was in the movie Machete with
Okay.
Danny Trejo. I didn't know that. No one who was with him ever told me he was in a movie, but he told me he was in a movie, so he's semi-famous. But there are those little nuggets you get to see from people if they want to share, right? It can't be
Right.
forced. It has to be like something out there. But in conversation, right, you can just go down these holes of going and going. Now, I've learned that some people are more reactant people, right? They're more like watching somebody else's content and reacting to that. So having a conversation that's more improv, I guess, is hard for them, which I understand.
Right.
That's where I'm just like, I keep digging, I keep going, I keep trying to find. So I'm improving I think I'm improving my skill of just like, where's the gold, right? Where's the tiny gold nugget to just bring that out? Because there have been a few people who it's very difficult to get a conversation out. Not like impossible. It's just difficult because you try to find something that's a similarity to them or something that's in their field of wanting to chat about. But then they say the few words on it, and then it's just like they drop. And it's like, all
Right.
right, got to go back out there again. So so a small chunk of the time, the work is heavily on me. But again, the conversation is worth it. The digging for what's around, and not everything is gold, but you find that it can lead to it, right? Like, and I'm not saying gold is like it has to be like the super secret thing or super big important thing. It can be this thing that you never thought of saying before, or this perspective you have that you never thought about. Whatever. It's finding
Yeah.
these pieces about people that whether they are similar or dissimilar, or whether they are something you both can agree on or disagree on. It's this whole conglomeration of just sitting down and chatting with people and finding out, hey, I'm human too. Funny how it
Right.
works is where we have all this stuff out on the social media platforms, right? You see it on Twitter X, right? You see it almost all day where people are either talking past each other, their emotions are getting away, and all they're doing is reacting to words. They're not reacting to the emotional aspect you can see on somebody. You're like, I can see how you're reacting to things of what I say. You can see on me too.
Yeah.
You can't
No,
get
that happens a lot, and I've noticed that just at my job and things like that too. Like, there's this one person that I work with that they are very aggressive in text form.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they will talk down to you in like the most like weird way of just like, Dara, I've told you about this already. Okay, you need to get this taken care of now. And then you get on the phone with them, and they're just like, "Yeah, what's up, dude? Oh yeah, that's fine." And like they're fine. But yeah, it's just the attitude that comes across in text and like people's projections of each other.
Yeah.
They create a crazy feedback loop of like, oh man, I could take this a few different directions. Do you want to go reality tunnels or do you want to go dead internet theory? Because that's the two.
So I will say
things
that there's a great example of this, right? So you know who Key and Peele are, right?
Yeah.
So they have a good.
Oh, the texting sketch where he's like, "I'm on my way." What the fuck? Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
So but you watch that, right? And you see one side getting, one's probably on like, ganja or something, and the other one's just like getting hopped up because he's only reading the words and he's inputting his own emotion into it, right? He only sees his emotion. But the thing is when you get to that end part, right, where he gets to the bar, Jordan has the bat, and his dude friend's like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And it's just like he came to kill him. It's like the dude's like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on? Come on, man. We're just here to have a good time.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild what we do to ourselves by doing these like back and forth things with text all the time. Like it's not the way to communicate. Like it's really not.
It's
Like, and
missing. Yeah, it's missing 50% of how we interact with each other.
Yeah, it's tone. Tone is what's missing, and that like they, I came from the sales background a little bit, and like that's the main thing that they train you on. Like when you're on the phone and stuff is, you got to be up here. You got to be high energy guy and like be nice and of course I'll take care of that for you because. If you're just like, hey, yeah, okay, like it's not, you're not gonna make any money, and everybody's gonna be mad at you.
Oh,
Like
what up, Rick?
it's Recon 3K.
Just call
What's
him
up,
Rec.
dude?
Just call him Rec.
Rec, what's up, dude?
So, but before you ask me a question, I think you need to answer the one that Hans is asking because I think that's for you.
Okay. Oh yeah, have you seen the YouTube video explaining the main characters of Gilmore Girls are actually the bad guys? Okay, I did see one about Rory. I don't know if there's one about Lorelai as well, which I don't know how Lorelai could be the bad guy of Gilmore Girls, but I will say that Rory is the worst. I just watched that show again, and it confirms even more so that Rory is the worst. She just can't keep a good man. It's crazy.
She just can't keep a good man. I wonder what that means.
She's let him go. She's let some good ones go. It's kind of wild.
You know what? Hey, Retcon. You know what I think you should go by? Rectech. That's just me though. That's just how it sounds like. You're called Rec. You call yourself Recontech. I just think Rectech works better. Or Rec on Tech. Oh my gosh! I think I'm giving you free stuff. Rec on Tech. Look, if you look at his
he's
name,
basically your social media manager now. You just send him all your credentials. She's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Yo, if that ain't Rory, I don't know what is, bro. She has had so many good men in her life. Well, two. I mean, I'm not gonna say so many, but freaking Jess and Logan. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm sorry, they were both great, and she don't even deserve them. They're too good for her.
Is that the mom? Is that you're talking about?
The mom is Lorelai. Rory is the daughter, and she is the worst. Like, if you watch the show again, you'll just be like, wow, she's horrible. But I really do recommend that show. Like, real talk. I mean, I know it's like Gilmore Girls, but it is probably one of the best written shows I've ever watched, where it's just like consistent jokes the whole time. All the characters are like fully realized. There's like a crazy arc where like every character arc pays off so well.
Name. Oh, okay, I understand that. I just thought that was funny. It's like I just call you Rec on Tech, but I just say Rec because it's just like Rec Tech or Rec. It's just easier to say. Rec Tech was.
Han says the mom kept one restaurant dude in the friend zone way too long, dude. You might want to watch the show again. Honestly, it's not that. It's more nuanced than that. This is now the Gilmore Girls podcast. Welcome back.
Is that was that the guy with? It was the big guy with the baseball cap, right? He'd have it backward.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Luke.
Oh, that's Luke. I thought it was Jesse. I'm just rendering it wrong. I didn't watch Gilmore Girls much. I know the parents were rich, or Lorelai's parents were rich.
Yeah.
And I think at a point they kind of disowned the daughter or something like that. I can't remember. You see.
Yeah. That's the backstory. That's the prequel.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Rectonic, which I don't know how, but I'll take it. Hey, you know what? People, AOC was called Alexandra Cortez or whatever, but then it became AOC. So simpler is better, basically. So that's, people, my full name is Daramouthe, but people still get it wrong, like Daramouthe, but people will call me Dara, and I've just gone with Dara because it's shorter. Because that's how we humans work. We go for that shortcut, right? Like you have those acronyms, right, for computer stuff like EOL, right? What does EOL stand for?
End of life.
There you go. And I think that's probably a better way of, instead of saying the big end all be all for someone's life, you just say EOL because technically that's true. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe for you, I always, when I say a website to somebody, I always say www.
I just remember her getting Luke to do her nonstop favors. I don't know much about the show.
Look, Hans, dude, we will discuss Gilmore Girls on my stream. Don't worry. Just come over. We will talk about as much as you need to.
Yeah, and again, the funny thing is like with my chat, it's either people who have been on or people who are going to be on. So Hans is going to be on, but Rec I'm working on. So I think Rec has already made a schedule, but we'll see. But yeah, it's just that line because the tech and me end of line resistance for monitoring voltage. Don't you play around with electricity, kids. Don't you play around with that electricity. You ever seen a man dance before? Well, you're about to. What's this do?
Remember, kids, stay away from live wires.
There was a movie a long time ago. It's called The Borrowers, and in it had John Goodman, the guy who played the Weasley's father, and a few other things. But there was one point where he's trying to get at the borrowers, and he accidentally sticks his thing up into the socket, and he can't move. He can say words, but he's like, turn on the heart.
Oh yeah. I do remember this. Yeah.
And they're just like, he's lucky to be alive. Thank you.
Yeah. They really don't make them like that anymore, bro. Those kind of movies are done.
Well, and the thing of it is, right, that movie, The Borrowers, there was also a longer version, like I think like the Baby Sid did a long time ago. So it's like, and I remember I read the book, but I don't remember much about the book. So that just goes to show. But I do remember a chunk of the movie. But yeah, no, but yeah, I'm glad to have on just about anyone. So for the thing I was talking about, people in the chat and stuff. So it's been a lot. But I mean, I don't have big numbers following me like you say, like Pudge or whatever. They usually have like thousands of people or whatever. But the point of the matter is I'm just here for this conversation. The people who follow and all this stuff, they want to be a part of it, and that's great. On either end. I've gained after the stream I did with Aussie, I gained a few people. And so I hope they like the content and then they'll stay because again, this is about having conversations with others. And again, if you become a follower, you could become on the show as well. You never know.
Right. You don't want to advertise that too broadly anyway. Just like, and I think that's kind of one of the things I appreciate about you is because you're still getting into this. You're not on the level of like Tom Green. I don't know if you know what happened with Tom Green's talk show.
I know he had a talk show, but he was also married to like Drew Barrymore, like long
time
ago.
So Tom Green's talk show, this is like an early internet show. He's one of the first streamers, really.
Oh, really?
So this is an early internet stream, and he had a talk show where people could call in, and yeah, so like people found out that people could call in, and like they just were constantly calling him. Yeah, see, Freddie knows what I'm talking about. The Tom Green thing was funny. Yeah, they would literally like it would just be people on 4chan like all day, just like, yo, Tom Green's live, and it's just 1,000 people calling him at the same time.
Yeah.
So like it's cool that your chat members are all like kind of closely related people where you're like, oh yeah, I know this guy, he was on the show, blah blah blah. But like, imagine if like, I don't know, like Hassan or somebody was doing that. Like, it's not sustainable, like those guys, like you watch their chats and it's just like how do you even how do you even know what's going on with all these guys? But that's kind of what's cool about streaming is like you keep a community tight, and those are your people. Those are the people that you have. It wouldn't be the same if there was 1,000 people on this chat right now. Like, we'd be like, what did that person just say? Like it wouldn't even be anything.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. It's just that's the nature of it. If you're well enough, that it will grow, and that's part of your deal. But the thing of it is, right, is you do kind of have to exert some form of control over who you have on, how you do this stuff. Like, right, again, like I said, I'm not here for debates. I'm not here for arguments. I'm not here for people who just want to destroy. I'm here for a conversation. So I know asked a lot of majority of our content creators, but at the end of the day, I've asked on a few people who aren't content creators in their own right. And so, yes, it's good to be, good to look through things or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm just starting out, so I don't have to. I'm taking up people who want to come on. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, like I said earlier, I still have to fish for them. But Rumble is breaking, can't chat. Oh,
Uh-oh.
we'll see you later, Rec. We'll see you later. But hopefully not. But yeah, it's just like I understand that, I really do, but I don't want it to be stagnant either. It's not about gaining for the sake of like the quartering, right? The quartering, like, oh, I'm at 1 million or so, I got to get this more or whatever. It's just like the growth in a sense is more of like building my credibility, because again, that's what I'm doing. The numbers, whatever, right? That is what it is. The likes, the money, all that stuff. But the thing of it is, I if I want to get on a higher scale of like talking to people higher up while still talking to people on the ground floor, right? Because that's what I'm still going to do, is talk to be humble, is to be on the
Yeah.
ground floor. But in order to go, like, say, if there was a celebrity or someone who's deemed a celebrity, right? To just have a chat with them, to be a normal person or be a human being, right? You have to build up that credibility, and it's not an easy thing. But again, it's not like I stay humble about this, gonna keep going, everything other than the conversation is secondary. It's just I understand that factor, but it's also like you have to find that balance. You really have to find
Yeah.
the balance. But before we go any further, so you've probably seen my streams, but at the top of the hour, I set aside a time where we both can promote ourselves, right? So
Oh,
yeah, so
great.
you'll go. I can't take myself off, but obviously you'll go first and promote yourself, because obviously you have the beard for it. So go ahead, and do it.
People, please come to my streams, okay? Listen, here's what we do on my streams, okay? Fair use content reviews, okay? It's not cyberbullying, okay? I've been accused of cyberbullying. It's not that, okay? Listen, we look at funny things on the internet, and I'm too dumb to be a bigot, okay? Like I'm not a bad guy, okay? Listen, it's all jokes. But what we do is we look at stuff on the internet. We do a little gaming sometimes. It's me and my co-host Walker. He joins it with me sometimes. And yeah, we look at PlushTube content. We look at DeviantArt stuff. We read fan fictions. We read old forum posts on like Gaia Online and crap like that. Like anything from the weirder corners of the internet, you're gonna find it there. You can look at my you can look at my YouTube. I've got some edited videos on there. In that regard, I did do a podcast a while back called The Paranormal Club with me and my boy. You can check out some of those old ones. There's some pretty good ones. I recommend the mind control episode. That one was pretty fun. Yeah, the Paranormal Club. I have a few long plays of gaming on my YouTube as well. I've got a Silent Hill 2 long play where we go into like all the lore and everything. That one's probably like 10 hours plus. So you got that. Weekly streams, usually on Tuesday. I try to do more, but I'm sticking to at least Tuesday every week. But yeah, we're looking at users. We're looking at grounded animation videos. We're looking at Go Animate, Gotcha Life. We've got Minecraft YouTube. There's so much internet to look at, you guys. So please join in. We're gonna laugh at some of this stuff. It's me and my friend usually on Tuesdays. Just think Beavis and Butthead. That's pretty much when they're watching the videos. It's pretty much what you got.
Nice.
And then I do have some shout outs to go through if you don't mind.
Go for it.
All right. So we've got some shout outs. So shout out to my beautiful wife, Shania, aka Shanizi. Waving at me right now.
Yeah.
My co-host for my streams, and the unofficial name for our podcast is the Gay and Racist Podcast. That's my boy Walker. So he's on a lot of my streams. Shout out to the troops. Shout out to the brave IDF fighters. Shout out to Kiev in the chat, of course. All the first responders. Shout out to Boss Man Jack. Shout out to the War Mode podcast. Shout out to Red Bar Radio. Shout out to the Kiwi Farms, Turkey Tom, Chad Warden, the Come Town podcast, Amos and Andy, the Reddit Battalion for Ukraine, Compound Media, Terry Davis, RIP, Monster Island Buddies, Super Mario Logan, Sam Hyde, former U.S. President Donald Trump, Deadwing Dork, O.J. Simpson, RIP, former U.S. President Barack Obama. Shout out to Aleister Crowley and the OTO, Robert Anton Wilson and the Discordian Society, Hail Discordia, the Church of the Subgenius. Shout out to Mr. Medicare, aka Wuhan Jim, aka China Jim, aka Mr. Medicare, aka the Internet Aristocrat. Shout out the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston. Shout out to 4chan, 420chan, 2chan, 3D-chan. Shout out Wizard Chan and Friends Chan. All the N-words over at the Garden of Eternity Discord. Shout out Datris. Shout out Dirty Casualty, Happy Mars, Squishy Banana, Vlad, Zeke, Coast. Shout out Matt McCusker. Shout out Mario and Sonic Pals, for Affinity, and shout out Jordan Long as well. Shout out Jordan Says, Jordan Long Show on YouTube. Great one.
Next time I'm just gonna short it down to like 10 people, man.
Dude, you didn't say anything about a limit or anything like that. Okay.
I did say promote your channel, not like to throw.
Well, I asked you, could I do some shout outs?
I did. You said something, not like 40. I'm cutting you off. No,
all right.
You're all right. Anyway, so I'm not gonna bring out my bar. It's already too late in the night. So guys, I streamed to both YouTube and Rumble at Daramouthe. All of the links in the description below. Month of May, almost about half full. If you want the opportunity, don't be late, because of course, like the 24th to the 27th are off because of Memorial Day weekend, so enjoy that. But again, I'm filling up this month. I'm trying to get as many
Act now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as many new people on as I can. But if you want to have an opportunity, the links to reach me are down below. The fan account at Twitter X, the Discord DM, my email. Three ways to get me. And if you can't do that, leave a comment in the videos. Right? It's not that hard. 5 different ways to reach me. Again, I still have to go out there. I still have to fish people in, but guess what? It's worth it. I get a lot of different people, a lot of different perspectives. Yeah. So don't wait. Don't let it pass you by, because once the month is filled, you'll have to wait till June. And right now, I'm not even May yet, and May's almost filled. So don't wait. Please don't wait.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. All right. That's it for that. Chase Cloud t-shirt. I do not have a Chase Cloud t-shirt. Maybe one day I'll find.
Get a Chase Cloud t-shirt from my shop.
Oh yeah, that's yours. Your time is over, though, young man. You've already wasted your time on yourself.
I was reading chats. That has nothing to do with the promotion.
yeah, that's a good excuse. But how many more questions do you have, good sir?
I have a few more. I mean, I'm good to keep going for a little bit. So
well, yeah, I don't want to go too long because it's getting kind of late. So
yeah, you're an hour ahead of me.
Yeah. Oh, you're Central Time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a bit. But yeah, if you like, let's do 3 more. Let's do 3 more and call it. Because 3 is the magic number.
That's what Nikola Tesla thought. He needed 3 napkins, and like he turned the light on and off 3 times. He did everything in 3s.
Yeah.
So what? So I already asked you what you watch.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any common habits or traits among successful streamers?
Well, a successful streamer is, 1, don't get involved in drama. Already off the bat.
Shit.
Don't get drama. If I'll leave it. I wouldn't say all successful content creators, but I will say this: if you're someone and you can see drama from a mile away, walk in the opposite direction and you don't stop. You don't stop. Don't stop.
Okay, but what about just like drama between 2 other people, and I'm observing, and we're just talking about it.
If you're observing, that's on your own time. For me, I don't care. Right? You do you. It's your life, whatever. But for me, on my part, I will walk away and I will stay away. because drama of any sort, I mean, if you need a clarification, right, of clearing up some stuff, that's fine. That's a part of the necessity. But once you are done and you have said your piece, you walk and you keep walking until you are gone, because drama for some content creators doesn't stop. Because one side will keep bringing it up, and then the other person will come back and do it, and it'll just keep feeding into itself.
You ever get into any drama, dude? You ever had to address any allegations?
No, I mean,
No, me neither.
if I'm to recompense for my sins, I'm pretty sure someone will bring it up in the future. But at the end of the day, I'm human. Right? I've done stupid stuff, so I'm not an angel. I'm no saint. Unless Gilmore Girls, I have not watched. I have not watched much of
The
this.
certified Gilmore Girls hater. That's what it is. Yeah, I know.
I don't. Brings out. Yeah, it does. It does. You see it all the time between a majority of content creators, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. You are so finite on this earth that you're willing to fight over something so stupid. I don't give a rat's behind what it is. I'm human. I've done stupid stuff. So whatever, right? But the point of the matter is walk away. Don't have to listen to me. I'm nobody in your world. But guess what? I'll be the smart one and I'll go that way. If I have to clarify something, sure, I'll do that. But once I'm done, you'll see me 5 miles down that way and I won't hear any more of what you have. If someone wants to send me a rant, I'll just say, thank you for the rant. Next, please.
But dude, what if it's a really good rant and they have like the cool furry rant Sona and they're like, today we're gonna be ranting on Daramouthe, and then the furry like folds their arms like this and they get like all grumpy and mad, you know?
Doesn't
Like
change
you're gonna get onto, oh man,
Doesn't change it.
dude, they're giving you haven't seen the user rants that I've seen. I watch them on my stream all the time, dude. Sometimes they're brutal. They're brutal. They'll come for you, dude.
So I'll be dead one day, and so will they. What's that matter?
You heard it here. He said, "Fuck the haters, bro. Bring on the rant Sonas."
Hey, it's money to me. If you want to give me money to say crap, go ahead. I'll get paid, and you'll lose money. So there you go.
Well,
But
yeah, and that's the thing that I was gonna say as a response to your thing, which is like what you're saying about like no drama at all. Like pretty much runs counter to anything that I've heard from anybody, which is, hey, anything is good. Like any attention is good. You know what I mean? It's a P.T. Barnum, any press is good press kind of thing.
Right.
You know,
I'm not P.T. Barnum though. In all seriousness, I'm here to have a conversation with people who sometimes may not feel like they get heard or seen, or maybe their content creator they follow is not talking about something they like to talk about. The opportunity to arrive and have a conversation with someone, regardless if they're big or small or no creator at all, that's the point I'm trying to do. If you want to bring drama or involve someone else who I know to bring me into the drama, the answer will be no. I will walk away because I've seen too. I'm following them. I'm listening to the mistakes that other content creators have made, and they don't learn. I'm gonna learn.
Well, this brings me to my next question. who would you want to start beef with and why?
No one. Because there's no
There's
point.
gotta be one.
No.
There's gotta be one that you're hating on, dude. It's okay.
I really don't care. Because it's not the point of why I'm doing this. I mean, I could say, well, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, it's like I've already just said all this stuff, so why would I back out on it now, right? Like that's kind of like the hypocrisy you see with content creators. Like you just said this, and you go back and do that. So why would that? Yeah,
Damn it.
It makes sense.
Really hoping that you would just forget everything that you just said and just go with that anyway.
I'm not
okay. Well, I'll tell you my answer then. I would really like to start beef with Moist Critical.
Man.
If you're watching Moist Critical. And I'll tell you why. Because I make fun of his voice a lot. So, like, you know, if you watch my streams, there'll just be a lot of me being like, hey, guys, I'm Moist Critical. You know, these guys on this Rumble stream, they're, like, making fun of me. And they're saying that my voice sounds stupid and that I look like gay John Wick. And, like, that's not even that funny, guys. Like, they're, like, some silly billies. Because he can't swear because he's monetized. There's, like, some silly billies. And, yeah. So, yeah. Calling you out, Moist Critical, if you're watching, dude.
F you, F you. No, even then, Kiev, even then, because Shakespeare.
What if it's Shakespearean drama?
Because Shakespeare don't got no sass in my behind, that's for sure. He can go. He's already dead anyway, so there's nothing more I can do to him. He's
Or
gone.
is he?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So let's see. I got a couple more. Let me see. That was 2. So we got one more.
How many more do you have after that, though?
I mean, I got more, dude. Like, look,
we'll save them for another time.
we didn't even start talking about. We didn't talk about chaos magic. We didn't talk
We'll
about
pick a random one. We'll pick one you would really like to ask, and then save the next for next time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, let's look through my notes here.
Dun, dun, dun. What? Page 10? Where's page 10? 6? Page 6?
It's very long.
You are more prepared at doing this than I am. I'm just free flowing, man. I'm like,
Shout out to Notion. The note taking app.
oh,
What do you? Oh no, not that one. Okay. What advice would you give to someone that's starting out in the world of streaming, based on all the insights you've gathered from other streamers?
easy. Ask yourself 2 questions. What are you getting in for? And what do you expect out of it? If your answer is money and fame, you might as well walk away. But if you get it, you say whatever your reasons are, and they're more personal, right reasons, whatever. Remember the last one, right? What do you expect out of this? I mean, I'm no expert. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. It's just something I've asked myself too. Like, because there are times where like I see other content creators' numbers, and I'm like, oh, man, I wish I was there. Or all the donos and likes and all this stuff. I was like, I wish I could have that. But then I was like, what am I getting in for this for? Am I getting in for those things, or am I getting in because there are people, that I can speak to in English, right? I don't know how to speak another language yet. But are there other people out there I can talk to and learn a piece about them or their perspective on the world, all stuff? Am I getting into all this fame crap stuff, or am I getting in for the conversation with people? So it's just like those are the 2 questions, and they have value to them. What are you going in for? And what are you expecting out of it? Because I'm telling you right now, if your first thought is money and fame, there's the door. Walk now.
If you want money, honestly, just get a job, because I'll tell you, there's no money. Like, there's no money in this until maybe 10 years plus in. It's probably the trajectory that I'm looking at, because it's been maybe 3 years and I've made maybe $20.
but Minty, I see all these content creators and they say I could do it too, Minty. I can make money as well. Blah blah. YouTube. If I do all my stuff on YouTube, I'll make lots of money too. It's like all the excuses in the world ain't gonna save you from the fact that you're just gonna lose out in the end. Content creation is not for the faint of heart.
It makes me think of this cartoon not a cartoon, but I mean, I guess it's a cartoon. It's like a comic strip thing of just, it's like how to tell if you're good at something, or how to tell if you're a professional. And it's a guy playing a piano, and it's a thought bubble over his head that says, "I hate this." That's pretty much like, that's like, when you get to that level, you'll know, because you're just like, wow, this is a job now.
And that's the thing too, right? Is that you see these content creators that get burned out, they do all this stuff, they don't enjoy it.
Yo, Hassan is crashing and burning, bros. He's losing. He's still got hundreds of thousands of views, but if he's just had like a small downtick in his views, and he can't handle it. He's still like a millionaire, and he's just like, oh my god, the numbers are going down. Like, it's like, bro, chill. Like, it's gonna be okay.
Who the frick cares? Who the fudge cares? Look, guys, if you want it to be about numbers, let me tell you something. You are going to die one day. You have no choice in that. You can extend your life, sure, but the numbers, all that stuff, they don't mean shite to what's going to happen to you at the end. I've said this before. We're small dust mites on a blue marble circling around a golden sun in a nigh infinite universe, and your thing is numbers? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, that's up for debate, dude. But that's for another stream. I don't worry about that.
But I just go easy. It's just like, you're gonna be dead one day. Yeah. Why? What's the point?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, it's one of those things of like, what are you spending your time on?
Yeah.
And you could even do that with a regular job. It's like, you see people like working overtime, like extra overtime, like they don't have any free time. It's like, yeah, okay, dude, you've got more money, great. Like, you are gonna just like keel over at work one day because you don't do anything else. Like
Right.
it's not good for you.
I
It's all about that balance. That's kind of the theme of this stream.
Right.
I think it's balance.
Right. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't. I care enough about my full-time job to keep it, but not much else. But this right here, my full-time job allows me to have this.
Right.
Allows me to have this, and that's if one day I make enough money to that it wouldn't need a full-time job, I'd still have a part-time job because it's followable. It's all followable.
Yeah.
Every piece of our life is followable. I'm sorry to tell you, every piece of your life is followable. The car's gonna break down. The light's gonna go out. The power, the gas is gonna stop. Your government's gonna change laws. It's all
Law of physics. It's entropy.
Yeah.
It's
Everything
everything in the universe degrades.
Yeah, everything ends. Something begins, something ends. It's not going to last forever. I'm sorry to tell you. It's the same thing that could be applied to drama. I'm not going to be alive forever. Drama's just a waste of time. Again, clarify if needs clarification, but when it is done, you walk away. Boom. Simple.
Right.
I know it's
Flat Earth debate, says Hans. That's right, dude.
I
And
do.
hey, that's actually my biggest sub goal, by the way, is if you guys if you fund my transcontinental expedition to Antarctica, I will find out what's going on with the ice wall.
It's a scam. It's a scam.
I knew it. I knew there was extra land back here.
Wait a second. Is that a dog? What the?
Right. We don't know. So yeah, that's my highest possible sub goal, guys. If we reach $1 million, I will go to Antarctica and we will find out what's going on.
You do realize though that part of that's going to go to taxes, right? Like you're not going to get $1 million. It's going to be like half of it's going to the government.
If we raise $1.6 million, then we will go to Antarctica.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
That's a smart person right there. It's like, wait, I want to change it.
Yeah. Actually, we need to move the goalpost just a little. So all right. I mean, I think that was my last question. I know we're short on time. Can I read some sponsors off real quick?
Keep it simple, please. please
Hey, everybody.
the most important ones you want. And don't
Hey, everybody.
What?
Look, it's gonna be. It's just a few, dude. Don't worry.
All right.
So yeah, thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to Blue Chew, Javi, Snus Direct, The Fleshlight, CTL Legal Group, Consumer Soft Products, Balls Energy, Rogue Energy, Dubby Energy, G Fuel Energy, Swift Grips, ButcherBox, Squarespace, Running with Scissors Studios, Soylent, On It Products, Jocko Fuel, Mr. Beast Bar, Heinz Condiment Company, Lockheed Martin, the Israeli Department of and Roblox. Thank you to my sponsors.
I get up, but I like to sit down.
Fair enough, dude.
But
pretty good stream.
Yeah.
We got any last words? Is that it?
No. Like I've told everyone, right? You are welcome to come back on, sir. It's not like a one-time gig, It's not like I bring people to kick them off and they never come back again. It's just hard to get them back because
Well, yeah. If I can get back, I will.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're always welcome back. And again, all of our links are below. His link tree is below, so you can find all his links there. The links to find me at or to reach me at are all down there below. Again, almost everyone has this opportunity. Almost everyone has this opportunity to come on and just have a chat. I'm not looking for troll people who want to destroy or people want to destroy. I'm not here for arguing or these debate things you see on content creators stream all the time. I don't care. It's a waste.
Daramouthe X Destiny next stream.
I know what that is, and I'm not getting into it at all. He has his own path. I have mine. It's not going to intersect. If it does, it's going to be very civil. If it ever happens. But the thing of the matter is that I'm here to have a conversation with others, to enjoy it, and to see where it goes. And we went pretty much, all over the place, tech stuff and Rumble and all that. So, and then asking me questions, right? Like this isn't an interview. You interviewed me, so who shows it now? Oh!
Yeah, see, I came on with the hat, and now who's the boss now? You know what I'm saying?
Who is the captain now? Who is the captain now?
Right.
But it's not your name up there, so don't worry.
Yeah, right. Hey, it does my name right here.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but that's not the name I'm talking about. But
Yeah, whatever.
I'm the one with the magical cut. But like I said, you're always welcome back. And ladies and gentlemen, I know today earlier was rougher because internet issues, but we were able to get something out. So you'll replay is going to be there on both YouTube and Rumble. And again, I am a big advocacy for multi-streaming, multi-platforming, because no one place should own your content unless they are paying you high top dollar. Know
Right,
your
and
worth, right?
download your VODs.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've done that too, but if you have it on multiple places, it should help some way.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, so what's going to happen is, like we did before with the video, you probably didn't see it, but I'll try to screen share from the Brave side so you can see it, and then we'll end after that. And if you want to stay on and chat a bit, we can do that. But guys, tomorrow, I got to get my calendar out. Tomorrow, at 5 p.m. Eastern, I will be on with SMU Smoo. He is a fellow, I believe he's a content creator, but he also hangs out with a gentleman I've had on called the Real Tomby, who's an English dude. They're both English dudes, to be honest. But anyway, 5 p.m. Eastern, that will be the show. I will try to set up that stuff tonight before going to bed, but you know. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Minty, for being here. It's been a pleasure. And next time, try
Thank
to
you.
keep your sponsor stuff a little short.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to pay these bills, dude. I mean, we'll see. I'll try to cut it down, but I mean,
Yeah.
they're ruthless. Okay, they're on my back.
That's so ruthless, guys. Ruthless. But anyway, all right. See you guys next time. I'm going to play our usual video I play. It's called "One Day with You" by Pogo. Don't forget
All right,
to mute yourself. See you tomorrow, guys.
all
Bye.
right, later, guys.